So hi everybody and welcome back. This is the final video about the production of my Porsche 961 in the 1987 edition, and just a brief talk before about this model that some people seen probably in social media or in the reel. That was a Huracan GT3 produced by KMP. It was one of the most difficult model I had ever to build up, and which I honestly regret that I asked to build up, because it was really a pain to finish such model, not for the difficulty itself, for the construction. I don't have these big issues in giving shape to whatever it had in my hands. Also the tech slot I made such type of model, but it was mostly painful to be related to the maker of this kit, because the person in reality was a kind of snake that really had ugly words about my work and about what I was doing, because he didn't approve the conversion that I was going to make, which I had to do because I didn't have any proper decal for the Evo version that he wanted me to build up. So we had a little argument, but after this I suspect that with the company I'm completely agree with the idea to give it up. I was just happy that one of the greatest modeler in the world, Sascha Muller from Germany, had a very great appreciation for this kit that he also has, and he also know what type of difficult it is to put it together, an object like that. I'm okay because the shape is taken. Always do not consider so much the colors, because I'm working with a Xiaomi telephone that is famous to have brighter color than what they are in reality. The final picture of the actual car are made with an iPhone, an old iPhone 10, have still a very great camera for such type of jobs. So all the colors that you see in my post, probably people understood it is a little bit fake compared to the original colors. The same situation we have on my Porsche 961, which look brighter in the images and with the light condition that I have during these videos. And this is the final one, so this is the model completed. I really wanted to put it together and to see if the shape was taken, and I think the shape of the 961 is really well taken. Always remember that the model that I have here is not exactly the model that I sell, because this was a scrapped part. I used to work with leftovers, so for me it's not this big issue to put it together leftovers. But this model had the issue on the top roof, which didn't come out well molded in resin, and I had to cut everything and replace the roof with a 911 RSR from my production in resin of the 2015, I think it was the model. So he had a very huge working on the area of the transparency and so on. In my model, the part that I sell, the bare part that I sell in resin, indeed the upper part of all the roof area is taken exactly from the model from Tamiya, from the 961-86 produced by Tamiya. This I made with a clear intention that if somebody detach the transparents from so the front windshield, the rear windshield, and the two side windows, despite they are extremely thick, so I not suggested this work. They fit perfectly on the body that I made. Always remember that if you want to go for something absolutely nicer than the Tamiya 961, you can go for the parts coming from the 959, which have ordinary parts molded in clear transparent styrene that is absolutely great, and also feature the front lens glass for the front light. In my kit you will also have the nacelle and the lamp inside, which are totally completely missing in the 961-86 from Tamiya, because it was a toy model. And also very important is the wheels, the 17-inch that I placed inside my model. I featured the wheel used during the race. Remember that this car in the 1987 race took fire during the race, so went completely total LED. And there is also the possibility to finish this model if you find a 17-inch with the BBS rim, which I think they are featured inside the 962 from Tamiya, and the 962 from Hasegawa have this 17-inch BBS wheel, and you can use them to make the test configuration that they had in the morning of Le Mans the day before, in the test made under the rain, featuring rain tires. There is a picture quite famous of this very nice BBS wheel mounted on the 961. And for this model I used the Shunko decal, as I always say to all the guys that ask me there is plenty company that made decals for this model. I remember MSM Creation, Shunko, Decal Doc also made it. There is plenty Le Mans decal on eBay. There is really plenty plenty company made these decals. But what you never know in original when you buy the decal sheet is that okay, you get the number and the logo for Rothmans, but you never know if the around for the red and the gold are featuring the correct wide body. And using this Shunko decal, I indeed discovered that they were perfect for my body. So if you can find the Shunko decal, Shunko Japan is the same quality of Studio 27, so it's that type of decals. The quality is absolutely excellent. They fit perfectly my body. Usually there is just a very small retouch with the gold that you can make on the wing here, but in purpose I let on my mold the wing separated, this to allow you to have a better detail for the lower part, for the air intakes over there, for the intercoolers and the big air intake that you have down there. So in my model they are separate, and you can keep this separated wing until the end of the model to have a better positioning of the decal sheet on your model. But I think it's extremely convincing, and that's it. I'm really happy that finally exists a nice version for the 1987 car that a lot of people appreciate, because this was a bestseller. I didn't expect honestly that a modeler around the world liked it so much like I did, because for me it was a really a milestone and something missing in the collection. This was once again a prototype that was made by Porsche in 87, featuring four-wheel drive. Was basically the evolution of the B group, the 959, which made a rally, which made a competition off-road, made Paris-Dakar several times, and they wanted to try also the Le Mans version, with the issues that the car took fire. In 86 season was quite okay. 87 was dramatically, because the car was totaled, and also because of that, part of my mistake, if you can name it this way, it was because I used the colors that were used in the refurbishing of the model that is currently present. The real car is currently present at Porsche Museum. So if you look the car in Porsche Museum, they use a lighter blue like I did it here. Instead, the real car racing at the slightly darker blue if you want to go for the original configuration of the model. But it was not a big issue. I just had to correct a little bit the blue that was darker on the Rothman stripes on the roof, and I think I did match it, so the line on the wing, the roof, and so on, they match completely with the Rothman's color used. And that's it. I hope you like it, guys. And as I said, I made again a second shot for the production of this model, because I hope that I could satisfy many friends that from America wanted to have this model. But unfortunately, the reality is that with the new taxation applied by President Trump on the stuff coming from Europe and from outside the US, I cannot have any realistic way to post it to the United States, because the only postal services that accept these items are the American ones, so DHL, UPS, and FedEx. But the postage of such item is on the area of $150, so I don't think it's realistically. This is a conversion that I sell for 90 euros, so you cannot pay twice just an expedition of a package. To post such item in Australia, I think some fellow paid $20, something like that. So Australia $20, America 150. I cannot work that way. So for now we just have to wait. It's sad because I made some numbers of it, which I'm selling currently in Europe, and I really hope that if in the future the situation will be different, I will still have the possibility to give it to American friends which really wanted it, because as I said, it's a milestone missing in every collection of a proper Le Mans category car. IMSA GTX at the time was the category of this model. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. If you like the model, and if you are located in Europe or somewhere else, channel, just not in the US, I'm sorry, just drop me a mail, and let's keep in touch for the availability of this wonderful car. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you in the next.